Hello guys, welcome to another installment of the Divine Lovers Connection. I am Lunar Goddess Tarot and I'll be your intuitive guide and your reader today. So for this segment of our journey, we are now post full moon in Aquarius and we're going to be looking at the energies of what is on the other side of this full moon as we begin the lead up to a new month of September 2021. We are in the foundational phases of the physical manifestation of twin flame union for many people. And so many of us are feeling the chaos and the conflict, which is creating the illusion of separation. It's creating the illusion that things are actually moving backwards for some of you. And as always, guys, if what I'm saying doesn't resonate or apply, simply don't try to make it fit. Don't try to fit a square peg into a round hole. Just simply go on to another reading. But if this is resonating, continue, and please like, share, subscribe. And thank you for supporting the channel through Patreon, through my Amazon wish list, through anyone who's ever commented, anyone who's ever liked the video, anyone who's ever purchased a reading from me, requested a reading, everyone who is a moderator, everyone who's a part of the 6-month transformational coaching journey, which begins this Wednesday. And if you guys are interested in that, and you're like, oh my gosh, I missed out, I will be holding another program next year, sometime in 2022. So not to worry, there will be future programs and future opportunities to experience my guidance in that manner. And so what's happening right now is a big transformation, but it can look very much like, it's not that it looks like the death of the connection, but it just may look like your counterpart has gone backwards or the connection is moving backwards. And again, as I've stated, a lot of the masculines have gone silent or quiet at this time. So it can be very confusing for the divine feminine. What is going on? I thought we were moving forward. People are talking about union. Why is it that my counterpart's now gone silent? And one of the things I want to remind you guys of is when your counterpart goes silent, it's not because they don't love you. It's not because they don't want to be with you. It's always because of fear, limiting belief or fear that they have about themselves, about intimacy, about companionship, connection, relationships, and about their ability to really and truly be the person that they really want to be and the person that you see them to be, right? It's like they feel like they have to live up to certain expectations. And that's because this is a divine mirror connection. It's not a 3D connection. So in spiritual truth, there's nothing to live up to, but the 3D self, the 3D ego often takes a big hit in these connections. So we're going to look into, I did pull out some love cards because we are going to look at some love messages, some shadow messages, some shaman's dream messages here. And we're going to start off with just looking into the overall energies here. Put this guy over there. We'll call on Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Jophiel, Archangel Raguel, Divine Justice to please be present for this reading. And we call on all of you, and please allow me to be a divine vessel of pure truth and clarity and communication. And they just keep taking me back to clarity. There's a lot of residue from this full moon and from Lionsgate that's still confusing a lot of you. So we're going to shoot for clarity for this reading. So thank you guys, and thank you my light team and my guides. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and get an overall energy. Knight of Swords, the fastest moving knight in the deck. So Knight of Wands, wow, 2 knights. Let's get a clarifier here from the other tarot deck. There's some really, really mega energies coming out right now, guys. So the Knight of Swords, the fastest moving knight in the deck. The Knight of Wands, the most passionate knight in the deck. The Nine of Wands. This is about not allowing other, external influences to affect the connection. And I think this is big right now because a lot of feminines and masculines might be battling external naysayers, if you will, people who may not have the best interest of the connection or of you or your counterpart at heart, or they just don't have an understanding of what this connection truly is. And so they may be coming in to try to cause some strife or grievances within the connection. And I do feel like the masculine is strong enough now to not give in to those people, although in the past they likely did, especially if they were trying to keep the peace in certain relationships in the 3D or keep a certain image. A lot of times for the masculine, it's about the legacy, it's about their image. But this is, for me, this is the masculine standing in his power saying, you know what, I'm moving towards, because I see this as the feminine, I see this as the masculine. Feminine's over here really, again, encouraged to truly begin living or continue living the best possible version of her life. And so for a lot of feminine, this is the pursuit of her passions, again, the reignition of your passions, sparking the inner child, right? The fire from within, and really just that wild stallion energy, so that freedom energy. Horses represent freedom, they represent physical stamina. So the feminine, you should be getting your physical stamina back here in the next, over the next 4 months here as we close out 2021. I can't believe we're going to be closing out 2021. Moving into 2022, the year of the physical union and the physical manifestation of that. So I know things look really not so great right now, but we have to remember that things are still there's still very much an illusion energy here. So remember that just because it doesn't look like your counterpart on the surface is necessarily standing with you, look, he's standing alone. So they're learning, the masculines are learning to stand alone, and he's learning to push beyond his limitations and the limitations that other people have placed on him. There's a lot of defiant energy here. This is like, I'm in defiance. Don't you dare try to take down what I've created. There's a lot of resiliency energy here, and this is the final push. This is a masculine who's defending what he's created. He's defending this spiritual connection because the wands represent the spiritual realm. So he's defending the connection, he's defending his beliefs. And I do feel like you are pulling him through here as the Knight of Wands feminine. You're pulling him through with your charisma, you're pulling him through with your pursuits of your own passions, your dreams. You're really pursuing adventure, and this is helping to pull him through here. And this is why the Knight of Swords is coming up, because he really does want to come in. He really does have this, he wants to help you expand upon your dreams. Like, he's very much in awe of what you've created. He's like, wow, he's finally realizing I'm not the only one that's a creator in this connection. I'm not the only one who's successful. Like, look at her over here. Look at her just beating, marching to the beat of her own drum, and look at her expressing herself, and look at the freedom that she's been able to create in her life. And a lot of the masculines in the past were jealous of the freedom that the feminine had, or seemingly had, but the masculines, as you can see with that Knight of Swords card, are freeing themselves as well. There's an energy here with the Knight of Swords in this particular deck where he wants to be the knight in shining armor. He's got the bow and arrow. You are the mark that he doesn't want to miss. Okay, you are the bullseye. And he's also being directed by a higher guidance, a higher self here. It's no longer his ego. That to me speaks of the guidance of, the GPS of the spirit, of the realm of his guides. And he's definitely headed your way, and he's definitely standing in certainty of what this is and why he's here. Okay, so some of the clarifiers, we got 4 clarifiers here, which was kind of a lot, but we've got the Master of Pentacles. This is the King of Pentacles. So this is such a fascinating card for me. It speaks of the illumination of the masculine. And as you guys know, the King of Pentacles is one of my all-time favorite cards. The 10 of Pentacles is another one. And because this is the ultimate, male authority. The master in this deck is the king. And This is also about your inner divine masculine if you're a DF watching. But there's a certain mastery that has taken place now, or that is taking place, and that's what's going to allow this Ace of Wands, this fresh start, new beginning, to come in for the masculines. Now, the Ten of Swans, really. Oh God, I hope I can start speaking correctly soon. The planetary configurations are really killing me, and then Mercury's not even retrograde, but Mercury is doing something this week where Mercury meets up with Mars, and it was a Mercury Mars. I know there's a trine, Mercury Mars and another planet, and it's supposed to be really benevolent, but I just feel like I can't find my words. It's been really frustrating. Probably because I haven't slept in like 6 weeks, 8 weeks. Okay, so Ten of Swords. There's a need for rest, you know, after a period of struggle. Okay, very simply put. This is a masculine who's showing up in a robe. So it's a masculine who's showing up as kind of ready to pamper himself, ready to allow himself to be pampered. So I do see this as the masculine maybe going away, having, I think this has come up in a previous reading, having a spa day, spa retreat, or in some way just kind of shutting his phone off, shutting off all communication, not just to the feminine, but maybe to the world, and allowing himself this time to really get healthy and to just, he's finally like, I'm done fighting, I'm done pretending to be the person that I thought I was. I just want rest. He wants rest on it, but it's like not just the physical body, on a spiritual soul level. Okay, so he's ready to take that time. He's exhausted, guys. He's exhausted. He's hit that point where he's like, I can no longer continue at this pace in my life. You know, the pace the masculines held up for so long. A lot of them traveled for work. A lot of them were just on the go constantly. It was hard to get them to relax. It was always hard, you know, in the past for me to get my masculine to relax. It's like, just relax, chill, you know. And I think they saw that as weakness, and, you know, relaxing is weakness. Action is, you know, strength, and relaxing is weakness. And it's like, no, actually, you're weaker when you're not taking care of yourself, right? So we've been taught the opposite by society, and especially men in society have been taught to be strong and don't be weak. But this, I mean, look, there's this masculine who's like, I've become weak-minded because I'm so exhausted physically. So a lot of his fears and thoughts have come crumbling down around him, and he's like, there is an element of defeat here, but then there's an element of rising from that, because then next we have the Ace of Wands. So he's like, you know what, I'm not going to stay here long. I'm going to get up and I'm going to pursue that fresh start again. And, you know, the Wands card speaks of the divine light, the illumination within all of us. So this is about the ignition of the flame, right? That spark of light within the masculine again. And look, it's the one flame. So the masculine coming into that inner union space and being able to do this on his own is very important. So the fire within the soul of the masculine is going to start to come alive and come online now, guys. And through this, he's going to have a greater awareness of spirit and of what he's truly here for. And this is like the quest for, you know, he's in mission. He's going into mission, but first he has to rest. And then this is, you know, ultimately he becomes the master of the Pentacles, the master of the physical realm. And I do feel like, you know, the master of the physical realm, it's going to happen when we have Mars and Venus meeting up in Capricorn. Capricorn is the physical plane sign, and that's happening, as you guys know. I've been talking about that, or if you're new, you now know. It's happening in February 2022. So it's interesting because, you know, the King of Pentacles he lives in comfort, but it's not just the creature comforts. He's created a life that truly feels complete on every level. And that's how I see the Pentacles. He's the husband material. He's the one who's going to bring in the stability, long-term potential commitment. And, you know, as a person, you know, the King of Pentacles representing a person, he's a leader, but he's a leader who leads from his heart. Okay. He's not a cold, detached leader like the Emperor. He's leading from his heart and not just his mind. He has a lot of success. There's a lot of success coming in, though. So let's see if we can get Actually, let's go here. Excuse my reach. Let's go here. Let's put these guys over here. Yeah, the King of Pentacles is like reaching the pinnacle of success, you know, in the material world. But because of that, he's also opening himself up to receive success in other realms and other aspects and areas of his life, like his relationships, like his connection to self, his connection to the universe, or his connection to God or spirituality. You coming up to say hello, Char? Chi-chi. You gonna come up? Come on. Charlie wants to say hi. Let's see if he comes up. Hi, sweetie. Coming up. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh. Hi, Chi-chi. Char. Just show them your beautiful eyes. Hey, Char Char. Hey, beautiful boy. Hi. Just going to show you his tail. He's so polite. Come on. What you doing, baby? Yeah, so the masculine is having to surrender right now as doors close around him. We have sky dancers, surrender. We have the butterflies. It looks like, you know, the larva stage, and then the sprouting of the wing stage. This could also be, yeah, the caterpillar turning into a butterfly, dragonfly energy coming in. Just the winged insects that... what are those little fireflies? Those are so cool. We don't have them here, but I've lived in places where there were fireflies in the summer. So magical. Yeah, so they're being asked to surrender to the magic, surrender to the unknown, and they're really being asked to surrender to these cycles that are closing out in their lives. Like, whether it's comfortable or not, masculine, you're being asked to just trust that this is for the greater good. There's magic behind that closed door too. Well, you know what I mean. Once the door is closed, the magic will reveal itself, is what I'm trying to say. So there's a beautiful completion happening right now, and that's why also a lot of the masculines are quiet. Feminine, you actually received the divine feminine card, the cosmic womb. So this is the womb of creation. We're going to look in the book for this because, as I've stated, I'm still learning the deck. Get it. Charlie wants me to play with him. Says, why are you working, Mom? Can't you play with me? Okay. Creativity, the divine feminine. The cosmic womb is a reminder that you're undergoing a beautiful process of birthing a new self into being. You don't know who or what it is yet, but you know it's full of life and love and passion and spirit. It's the perfect expression of you, imbued with love incarnate and ignited by the vital spark received from the divine. If you've had a difficult time in recent memory, feeling dry and stagnant or lost and unsupported, this is changing right now. You will feel newly inspired as so many ideas beckon for your attention. Know that you're safe to explore the expression of your rejuvenated creativity, releasing all judgment as your curiosity is picked. You're in the most fertile cycle of your life right now, intuitively keen, with heart wide open, mindful that each step in the direction of your dreams and desires is effortlessly supported by all the divine helpers in the unseen realms. So it's so fascinating how the feminine energy in all of us is receiving this new fresh start, this fresh energy, and the masculine energy is receiving this completion energy. So it's beautiful that, you know, it's coming full circle within us. And then the will of the wisp for the feminine, treasures hidden in the shadows. There's some shadow work that the feminine is being kind of tasked with right now. This is about, you know, having epiphanies, though, in the darkness, having epiphanies in those moments where you might feel like, gosh, I've just gone into a place of blame or shame or, Yeah, you're being asked to step into the mystery, like the great mystery of life, and being asked to embrace that. So it's interesting because, look, the masculine's being asked to surrender and the feminine's being asked to equally surrender here and go into the darkness. So both of you are just like asked to go into the place of the great unknown, the great mystery. You don't know what's on the other side of this, but you have to trust that what's on the other side of this is better than what came before it and contains more magic and also more mysteries. But this is it's like a leveling up for the counterparts, I feel, where you're going to be coming together to talk about your trials and tribulations and the pain that you've both caused each other and experienced on this journey. Especially if your masculine came in recently with the Mars-Venus conjunction in July and then kind of bowed out again and went silent, or, you know, just became distant again. I feel like especially for that particular group of counterparts, you're going to be experiencing just so many epiphanies, so much change and shifts, and then you'll come back together to talk about it and to really hash out what happened between you for some forgiveness work, and realize that a lot of it was caused by misunderstandings. Well, let's get, before I move on to the love messages, let's get a card here. September's energy here. I think they want September's energy to be just a mystery. Overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. There's some abundance coming in. So the abundance will be coming in for next month. And even though it might not seem like it right now, things might seem really challenging, or even there might be, I'm hearing like some perceived financial setbacks that are happening, but just know that it's all being worked out behind the scenes. Try not to attach to any sort of lack mentality right now, guys, especially feminines. And yeah, this is about both twins taking themselves out of that conditioning of lack and bringing themselves into a mental state where they know that there's abundance, there's enough for everyone. There truly is. It's like we were taught that only certain people got to be millionaires in this world, but why? There's enough to go around for everybody. So why would only certain people get to be millionaires, and why would the rest of us have to, suffer? Why do some people have to suffer and other people get to be living in lavish abundance or extravagance? So this is really, a lot of this is conditioning and limitations of the mind. A lot of this is around healing money issues, money triggers. So work on that if this is something that is resonating for you guys. Work on that right now. Find a meditation to do. Go to a hypnotherapy session. I'm big on promoting hypnotherapy. In the hand, the universe is your partner. Yeah, the universe is coming in to let you guys know that in matters of the heart, and in matters of self-worth, solar plexus energy, the universe is coming in to say, I'm with you, I'm your partner in this, and I'm going to make sure that you're not doing this alone. And also to surrender. That's like, okay, surrender, I've got this. You know, you guys don't have to cling so tightly. So this is feeling secure, knowing that you're taken care of. And these two cards, it's about, for both twins, knowing you're taken care of and knowing that there's always enough abundance. My cup overfloweth, and I don't have to be in that energy of mentality, lack mentality. For masculines, a lot of that is healing what you may have learned growing up, that there was never enough. Okay, my masculines expressed that to me several times. There was never enough, but the truth is that there is always enough. It's a programming, and that's why a lot of masculines became workaholics. That's why the feminines who have strong, dominant masculine energies like myself can go into workaholism and perfectionism. Let's get a message from the feminine to the masculine. Feminine says, I really miss the physical touch. It really means so much to me, and that's really challenging when we're not able to see each other, when I'm not able to touch you. Feminine wants the masculine to focus on love and to look for the good in everyone. So it's important, masculines, if you're in that negative kind of mentality or state of mind, nothing good happens to me, people are generally bad, this world is a bad place. You know, the masculines can be in that negative state of mind. The feminine's like, I really need you to focus on the good in the world right now and focus on what's good between us, because some masculines are really angry. they're really pissed off right now, and they're moving through that. So they go from being angry to longing to angry to longing. You'll feel the fluctuation too, feminines. It's exhausting. You'll know that if that's you. Have patience. So the feminine's like, have patience. Love is patient and kind. So have patience and remember to focus on the love, because that's what's going to bring us back together. The feminine's also saying, have patience. You're a work in progress. We're a work in progress. Let's get masculine to feminine. Okay, sorry about that. My Charlie kitty wanted to go out. Okay, so ask for help. What do you really need? Be willing to accept support. So this is from the masculine to the feminine. So he's like, look, you don't have to do this on your own. You can ask for my help. You can ask for other people's help, and whatever that might be. Practice compassion, see things from a fresh perspective. And this is, in all acts of life, but also when it comes to your connection, your counterpart saying, please have more compassion for me. Look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. It's interesting because he's saying ask for help when you need it, but also don't forget to remember how strong you are. Don't forget to remember that you're magical and you have the magic within you. So ask for help when you need it, but also there are times where you're going to maybe feel like you need to ask for help, but in reality, you already have everything you need inside of you. So I guess the message would be ask for help at certain times, and then at other times, know when you need to lean on yourself and your own support. Interesting advice for the twins. Be still, surrender, right? Release, let go, know that everything is working out. Know that the universe is your partner. And when you know that, you don't have to fret as much. You don't have to worry as much. You can just allow, be a magnet for miracles and magic and allow that to come to you without feeling like you have to always create that or always draw that forth into your life. Yeah, it's interesting. The feminine asks the masculine to have patience, and then the spirit is also saying masculine, have patience. So that's a double whammy there, masculine. If you've been impatient with your counterpart or with yourself or with this whole process of transformation and awakening, you just have to allow time to take its course. And especially if you're maybe patience with closing out these cycles, or just patience with yourself with the changes that you're experiencing, the shifts and fluctuations in your emotions, your moods, and your physical world. Just be loving and compassionate. And yeah, it's time for the twins to really be still. You guys, take the time off when you need it, okay? Call into work if you have to. Your health, your mental health is more important than anything. Okay, feminine. I love these. I love the blues in these cards. They're so pretty. Okay, feminine. Yeah, new chapter. Look at that. So remember, feminine, you had the divine feminine. That's about the new energy, new chapter. It's funny, the cards are overlapping with themselves, right? So we've got patience twice for the masculine, new chapter twice for the feminine. So there's a new beginning here. And you have to, your masculine energy, your internal masculine energy is going to have to let go in order for this new chapter to happen. You're also being asked to deal with aspects of your shadow self, which I've talked about a lot lately. As your masculine is over here, you know, really defending the kingdom, believe it or not, even if you can't see that, because this week is set to be really challenging astrologically, but it's also set to bring up communication and some clarity, okay, and even maybe some physical communication coming in from your counterpart, moving through the Ten of Swords energy. And your counterpart moves into this new beginning, the fresh start, and becomes the King of Pentacles. You have to be willing to go deep within yourself, feminine, because remember, he's reflecting back to you the work that you're doing within yourself. So the more work you can do, the more you can push towards this new chapter, the more you can delve deep and really heal the shadow aspects of yourself, the more your counterpart is going to walk towards this new beginning and become the King of Pentacles, and also put the past behind him and rise up from the Ten of Swords, okay? Rise up being that new man, that fresh man, full of fresh energy that you desire him to be, and that he knows that he can be too. Wow, look at this. I asked about energy for the connection. I got awaken, mirrored souls, and limitless. Yeah. The first card out was awakened, and then right under that was mirror souls. So you both are awakening, and this is the one card. This is the oneness activation here. So you guys are awakening to this connection on a deeper level here in September. Okay, so everything that's closing out is preparing for these new beginnings to happen, even if it feels like endings are happening within your connection, like you're like, this is it, this is over. Everything that's happening is happening for you. It's not happening to you, and we need to remember that, especially on this journey. You guys are limitless, okay? You're bound souls, you're bound at the soul level, and this connection is limitless, and opportunities are limitless. You can do everything and anything that you ever conceived of. If you dreamt of it, it's a possibility. This is why when we think about not being with our counterpart, it feels terrible and painful, and why when we do think about being with them, it feels light and amazing and happy and joyful, because we're meant to be with them. We're not meant to be separate from them. So remember that if you can dream something, if you can feel it, then there's a reason for that. You guys are limitless beings. Limitless beings. There's nothing that you can't do. There's nothing that you can't dream of. There's nothing that you can't bring into fruition. And you guys are going to be, you know, this is about you rising up, not conforming, okay? Not conforming to other people's belief systems also. Rising up, and, you know, as you guys are showing the world what unconditional love is, your counterpart's going to be awakening more and more, and they're going to be showing you more and more aspects of yourself, the shadow self, guys. This is why we need patience. This is why we need to be still. Your counterpart reflects back to you your hidden parts, or the parts of you that you've buried, or the parts of you that you question, or you don't like, or you don't love, okay? But this is a definite spiritual connection, and it's going to help you grow and become the person that you came here to be. You're going to reach a place of acceptance, love, and compassion for yourself and for each other. And truly, this journey is the greatest gift that you could ever conceivably have as a human being in this lifetime. So let's remember that when times get tough on this journey, guys. So I think I'm going to leave the reading here. What a beautiful reading with some really beautiful energies and cards. I send you guys so much love and compassion. And just remember, the universe is working with you, not against you. Your counterpart loves you. They're not in denial. Their true self is never in denial of this connection. You guys are never actually separate. See them as this Ten of Pentacles. See this as being possible, okay? Love them through the Ten of Swords, and know that they're doing everything they can to get back to you. And think of where there might be blocks inside of you, okay? That's what we're going to be talking about a lot in my 6-month program. I can't wait to continue to offer that in the years to come. And, you know, I just want to help everyone as much as I can. So guys, you can help my channel by liking and subscribing to the channel. You can help by just really assisting each other in the chat, and just practicing unconditional love and compassion as much as possible in this journey. Take great care, guys, and I'll see you soon. Be well.